Resourcefulness. This is one of my favorites. Imagine yourself stuck on a desert island filled with hungry, scary beasts. You're barefoot, alone, and you don't have any tools. The sun's going down and you don't have any matches. You don't have any shelter, no food, no water, no fire. What are you going to do? Do you have the know-how or resources to survive, even one night? Or are you just going to lay down and let the beasts eat you alive? The word on this street is resourcefulness. And I know if I were stuck on a deserted island and I had to pick a partner, I'd look for someone who I'd want to be with, who will watch my back, solve problems, and make sure we both survive, not get eaten alive. I'm going to tell you a short story that my wife Vivian tells about me, and when she knew that I was the one for her and when she first fell in love with me. Now, Vivian and I met in Greece in 1999. We had never met prior, but we were with a group of 8 people on an adventure travel trip led by Jeremiah. He's a Jungian analyst and author who is an expert on Greek architecture, religion, culture, spirituality, mythology, and symbolism. Now, over a 3-week period, we visited many Greek islands. We visited temples, we studied the language, the culture, ancient texts, and spent time on the countryside. And one day, Jeremiah, Vivian, and I rented little 50cc motorcycles, those little moped things, and we drove all over the island all day long. And Jeremiah rode one, and I rode the other one with Vivian on the back of it. Now, we saw owls, we drank Retsina, we visited a beautiful blue sea and an absolutely pristine environment. And just as the sun was going down and we were on our way back to the little village where literally nobody spoke English, my motorcycle broke down and just stopped. Jeremiah turned around, he picked up Vivian and drove her back to the village to try to get help. Now, as they sped away, I was armed with nothing more than a pocket knife. And I started to debug the little engine and eventually found the problem. I managed to get the little motorcycle started, at least enough to sputter down the hill. It was like bing, 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 doing that. And Vivian and Jeremiah were frantically trying to speak with the Greeks in sign language to explain the problem and get help as I came just bouncing down this long set of stairs on this barely operating motorbike as the engine just completely died. And that's when Vivian looked up at me, and several months later she told me that's when she knew I'd be a great provider and a father. And that's the day she fell in love with me. So, now, when I look for a partner, an assistant, an employee, or contractor, I look for someone with MacGyver-like skills. Now, if you don't remember that little TV show from the 80s, MacGyver was a super creative guy who could fix anything and make it work. He'd figure his way out of any problem in a nick of time, right before he's about to die. But in today's culture, and in business, you need someone who can find a tool, a resource on Google, know what to search for, know people who make things work. You need people who can solve almost any problem with urgency. So instead of reinventing the wheel or laying down when an insurmountable problem shows up, they pick up the phone, make one call, and save the day in 5 minutes where someone else would take a week. Resourceful people are well-connected. They're creative, intelligent, and determined. Their resources are internal, not external. They know what to do, how to get things done, and are guided by courage, attitude, passion, awareness, confidence, self-discipline, knowledge, and skills that matter. They make you safe. They make you money. They watch your back. Now, if you want to become a linchpin, as Seth Godin says, focus on being resourceful. You'll become an invaluable asset in any business or any situation, and you just might become absolutely irresistible to that one you desire most. I'm Mike Koenigs, and we just had an earthquake, and resourcefulness is the word on the street.